Hello.
Hello.
Did you know that there's a new 2DS XL? There is. And it's much better than this flat-faced abomination of a creation. This thing, we're going to put that out of our minds. We're going to forget that that thing exists. Because that thing sucks. You know what doesn't suck? Folding screens. That's why they came out with this guy. The new 2DS. This one's broken.
My wife had gone to the restroom while playing this game, and
Gotta fix it.
at the time I had no idea how to fix something like this. I do now. I can see there's actually a pretty bad crack here from when it fell at some point after it fell in the toilet. So it's not had a great life, poor little thing. Look at that. A whopping 4 gigabytes. That was a lot of memory for us back then. We were poor. It starts to come across at that hinge there. So I think that's my entry point. Right, found me a spudger. For the record, I did withdraw the thing that bees withdrawn. There we go. I do see some pretty little cables in there. Get you a better angle on this. So this thing has not seen power or anything like that in about 6 years. Put that up. Alright. We inspect. And right away, I can see it. Here is our water damage. Real frosty looking. Oh, not great. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. Surprisingly, this battery doesn't look swollen at all. I guess it didn't get any blowback from when all of this happened. Don't mind that there. That's not a bomb. Yeah, this is probably going to be a full motherboard replacement, I guess. Woo, big boy. I was wondering what this huge thing is over here, because there's nothing connecting to it. That is until I lifted it up. And then, yeah, it made a lot more sense. That's our joystick. Right here, that looks bad. For reference, that is what a good cable looks like. That's a bad cable. Naughty cable. Okay. Just the smallest bit of water damage on even the Joy-Con. So to get the rest of this apart, I gotta lift this guy up here. Let's see.
No.
This is what the back looks like. Not seeing any serious damage. Well, I guess this is technically the front, huh? Because I started at the back, and then these have the button face. So as we can see at the front, not as much water damage. Well, I've reached the point that I don't want to keep going. I'm bored. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop and wait for.
So that's expensive.
Well, don't really have a choice. Well, because we gotta wait several weeks for this to show up, guess I gotta put all these screws back in there.
Hey folks, my name is Sketchy, and I like to break tiny nerdy things. However, today I'm going to be working on fixing a tiny nerdy thing. So we've got in. We worked on this, accidentally left that poking out, thinking he wouldn't really be troubled by it. But that guy's an idiot. I might end up having to order a battery. Yeah. Something distinctly missing from the new unit.
the battery compartment. But we can see about, wow, look at how many screws I picked up. That's a sign you gotta clean your desk right there. Swap this out. Let's grab a regular Phillips now. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a second. It just happens to have the right bit. Awesome. See, that was planned. You're probably wondering about the history of the Nintendo Switch and the new DS. You're not? Well, I'm gonna tell you anything. Announced in April 2017 and released in July of 2017. Another device also came out in 2017. That was the Nintendo Switch. Users of the DS were ecstatic at the release of yet another DS, even though the new specs were a little bit mediocre in comparison to the last device. Not a huge leap in performance or anything, but the price had come down, and that was the real selling point for many people. However, with the release of yet another device in the DS family, people were concerned that it would overshadow the Nintendo Switch. Interesting. Now, you're probably thinking, what? Why would anybody believe that the DS could possibly be overshadowed by the Nintendo Switch? The Nintendo Switch was a phenomenal failure. I mean, just look at these sales numbers. Comparison of the Nintendo Switch to the Nintendo DS, the new Nintendo DS, they didn't even bother giving it a number, it's just new.
Well, this guarantees that the 3DS isn't going anywhere. 6 years in, this could go for a whole decade. If it sticks around for another 3 years, it's a smart device, since it will expand an already huge player base. A lot of people have yet to get one because of the 2DS doesn't close, and the screens are huge, while the design is sleek. Also, it's only $150. I mean, the DS honestly had no chance. So, that's the story of the 2DS. It failed. It died. It only lasted for another 3 years before they stopped production entirely. And there was never going to be another DS. So, R.I.P. Let's fix this bitch. It's a little crusty. Right, okay. This should now just be adhesive holding it on. Oh, she's hanging on by something. I thought I disconnected you. Disconnect this little guy. Oop. Okay. And that's the old motherboard. That's the new one. There are a few differences, but I think it's mostly fine. So, let's go ahead and get this battery pack transferred over, and this thing, because I guess it's one unit. Looks like it's just clips now. So let's see if we can just unclip this. So I gotta find out how one removes the battery. Oh, okay. Let's try that again. Oh, yeah, it's definitely adhesive holding it down. Because there's that. What is that thing? I feel like I'm gonna irreparably damage this. There we go. It was just adhesive. Heh. See? Oh, yeah. See? It's just adhesive.
Alright, now I gotta get this bit off. Which is using alcohol. Now, while this stuff is indeed finger licking good, do not consume it. I noticed while editing, I breathe quite heavily. Now, whenever I was a kid, well, there's some damage here. Just gonna see if I can scrub that away. So this here is our bottom screen. I wonder if I can just lift it out. Oop, that's a button. Oop, there's no way that it's still gonna work after all this. I am desperately curious to find out if this will just work without any more modification to it. Looks like it's a shove first, ask questions later kind of thing. There we go, I did it. Oh, these tiny cables. Lots of tiny bits. That was terrible. And I'm probably gonna have to take it back apart. Oh, fuck. Well, the volume slider fell out. Am I putting it in upside down? Yeah. This is supposed to be the easiest bit, just the volume slider. But it's the bane of my existence. I don't know why. I do not know why. So now it's gonna be happy. It's just gonna click together. Yep. Well, I hate my life. Okay, cool. Glad we got that worked out. Doing it wrong the whole time. Whew. Okay, anyway, if there's more to this, I will end up ordering more parts, because that's what it's going to be. There's more parts to order, so we'll see. Alright, I just got back from home, and I have to attempt to boot into safe mode. Let's open this up a bit, and you hold L plus R plus A plus D-pad up, and then you press the power button. Yeah, no, nothing's happening. Camera's dead. Might as well have us a spicy snack. We have located a battery. Now, I don't think that the battery is the problem. However, I got a new one just in case. And look at that. Came with a brand new screwdriver, and it's not even a tri-wing, so it's practically useless. So let's just set that to the side. Go ahead and initiate the unscrewing porn, your favorite. These clips will never recover from all this opening and closing again. That's a good magnet. Oh, there we go. Some good adhesive. I mean, they look mostly similar. I'm missing that bit on the new one. Wow, it worked. So what I want to do now is go ahead and just plug a few bits in, but not everything. Let's see if we can get it to even just come back on. No. Okay. So it still doesn't want to turn on, so we're going to wait for the new screens. And that should be effectively every single piece of this replaced at that point there. Yeah, it's blue. Okay. Oh, hey. We've been doing all this with the power still connected. Now for the fun part. Oh. Gotta get this ribbon and all this hinge bit completely taken apart. Let me see if I can just pull these out. Maybe push? No, it's not push. So we're gonna find a way to get these out of here. This is the SSX tricky part.
I want all of y'all to know, time top boogie woogie. I want everybody to dance them just like I tell you.
Kimi wa watashi o kita. Kondo wa watashi no banda.
This was the 2DS.
I want all of you to get ready to stop.
As you can see here, got a delivery, and it came with another screwdriver. The last kit came with a screwdriver. This kit also came with a screwdriver. So that means even if this repair fails, I'm net 2 screwdrivers. That's a net positive.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, it's still running. Get out of here. You free piece of shit! There's no money in my box. And that's devastating. We should give each other more money.
Now when I say hold yourself this time, I want all of you to get ready to stop.
Well,
When I say stop, don't move a peg. When I say get it, everybody mess around.
yeah, right there. Job done. Replaced it.
Stop.
And there's a lot of fingerprints, but that looks good as new. Oh, it's a little misaligned actually.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead and just like that. Yeah,
Girl, you standing there with the red dress on.
good enough. So now
Right up here at this piano,
we start
let me
putting
find
things
something. That's
together
right, big
again.
audience.
So this goes here.
Now when I tell you to
Somehow.
hold yourself,
No,
you get ready to
this
stop.
way.
Here.
Yes.
When I say stop, don't you move a peg. And when I say get it, I want you to shake.
So it's been weeks, months actually, since I started this project, and it still does not work. When I go to turn it on, nothing. It just flashes.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's all we get. And you know, like this, the whole point of this video was that this is a piece of junk, but it's easy to fix. You know, there's no reason to have a new 2DS because the Switch came out same year, completely overshadowed it. Much better product. So like, why even bother with the new 2DS? I might as well give up. My wife doesn't even miss it. It's been missing so long, she doesn't care. So I bought a new 2DS, a new 2DS. This one works. Behold.
Look at how crispy clear that gameplay is. I mean, that new screen looks so good. Oh no.
Well, that's enough of that. Hello. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed that content. It took me a very long time to make. It took 3 workstations, and it was complete nonsense. You know, I started at my computer work desk, just kind of seeing what I can do, taking inventory of the situation. Then I moved to my work desk in the garage, which subsequently got completely overhauled in between videos. I filmed a whole video in the middle of this video. So, it's been a lot to get to this point, and I didn't even fix it. It's still not working. I'm done. I'm not spending any more money working on it, and I'm not gonna tinker with it anymore. I'm just so done with it. However, if you liked this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, maybe, and then, you know, leave me a comment so you can show up in this list of my favorite people, whom I'm sure that I left the list there and didn't put it in some weird obscure location, like behind me,